Blessings, Taurus or connectors. This is going to be your reading for February of 2024. This is for anybody that's wanting to connect into the communicator avatar or use it to manifest through the 12 avatars and 12 signs. For more information, I'll put the link below on how you can use these readings to manifest in 2024. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so your first card, you're getting the 9. I'm going to actually go ahead and pick all of the cards, and then we will code as we go as well. All right, 2 more to go. Okay, so you're getting the 9, the 25, the 8, the 26, the 13, ooh, and the 15 for your last spot for those of you that are listening to this on a podcast. I'm just going to grab the DMT cards now. So this first space is the energy that you are holding, that you are aware of, or it's just right under the surface. All right. So if you have an intention that you want to bring into this reading, you are welcome to, or you can just kind of hold space to allow it to show you what this is. All right, so your first card is the mastery level of the 9, and this is extreme focus. What I'm hearing here is that you are starting to realize that focusing on the things that bring you success. So, whatever success means to you in this, it could be success within a relationship, in your job, in something you're creating, that when you have focus on the things that are working for you, you start to master whatever it is that you're working on. And that's what I'm getting in this, is that that laser sharp focus is going to take you really, really far. So maybe even pause this or come back to it and write down or become really aware of where in your life you are putting energy into something that is working, and maybe be aware of the places that you're putting energy that is not, and shift your focus and go all in on the things that are. And you're going to see life really open up for you. And you're becoming aware of this. And if you're not, hopefully now you are. Let's go ahead and give you a code for that. So there, it's going to create a lot of change for you, the changes that you're wanting. That what I'm feeling in this is like, some of you may have just felt like you are carrying around a load that is been released. And as soon as you started focusing on the things that were connected to your heart center, when you started owning your own brilliance, is when your heart opened up. The messages, the clarity, the guidance opened up, and you just started to create momentum, right? And that momentum is starting. So if you haven't experienced it yet, it's coming. Okay, so just keep focusing on what is working for me. What is working? Where am I putting my focus? The second card is where you're holding reflection within this, and you are getting guidance, right? And this is a mastery level of guidance. So you are getting the information. And if you're not, step back and just listen. And what I love about this card is, for me, it kind of looks like um, I don't know, like almost like a time capsule, or a portal. And what I see is time is opening up for you here. Okay, so that's my point. Time is opening up. What what limitation are you putting on yourself that is connected to time. I normally wouldn't read this card this way, but this is what's coming through. So that's the question I want you to ask yourself. How many times a day are you limiting yourself? I don't have enough time. I have too much to do. What I want you to do, and what this card is saying, is instead of thinking about all the things that you have to do, just do them. Focus on one thing at a time to create the change, and time will open up. And then all of a sudden, you're going to have so much open space because you're just doing it beyond time. So when the thoughts come in of, okay, I'm working on this, but I have to do this and this and this and this, let it go. Focus, carry it all the way through. And when it's time to shift your focus into the next thing or the next task, let your focus go all in on that. Because what happens when we do that, we're not creating multiple timelines by thinking about all the other things that we have to do. And we create no space, no time, and we're not creating other timelines at the same time. That speeds up time. Okay, how many times am I going to say time? You get the point. Focus creates the change, listen to the guidance that's coming through, but most of all, allow yourself to fully focus on one thing at a time, and you will open up time, which will allow you to be in that mastery space of the 9. And this is mastering the matrix. Well, what is the one thing that is creating the matrix? Observation of time. It is time to master what it is to live within a matrix that is created through an illusion of timelines, 1 to 10. Bypass the illusion of observation. Allow yourself to move in and focus on the guidance and information that is coming in for you to listen to and to act upon in every given moment. Let go of the distractions. Be aware of when you're allowing distraction to limit you. I'm going to say that again. Notice when you're allowing distraction to limit you, because distraction can be an interference that you create for yourself to keep yourself small. It is time to own your mastery. It is time to master the illusion of your own programming. How many times do you know you need to do something, but you come up with an excuse because you have to do something else first? That is a distraction. That is for somebody to hear. Okay, let's keep going to the place where this is, what do you need to see that you're not aware of? I'm going to pull your DMT card here. Okay. Okay, I was getting something around the thoughts of not enough. I'm not enough. I don't have the resources. I don't know what I'm doing. Those kind of thoughts that are just maybe a little bit in the back seat, but they're just always there. And because they're always kind of there, you're hesitating to go all in. And what the 11 is saying is that it's time to jump. So the question here, or the awareness here, is, where am I staying small because I'm afraid I won't be taken care of, or I'm afraid that it will turn out bad? I'll lose everything. You know, all of the thoughts that come with that. Where am I not going all in because I'm afraid of what will happen? And know that you are being supported. There's a part of you that is already holding consciousness beyond that illusion. And that is the place where, if you open yourself up, be willing to not know the answer right now, right? It could be that there's a big decision that has to be made and you don't know what the end result's going to be. It's uncomfortable to be in that place. And what this is saying is let all of those thoughts that are uncomfortable be there, but make your choices from outside of your programming. Okay, so attune to that frequency of 963. Allow your consciousness to be there. And when you get really silent and really quiet in that space, what is the choice that needs to be made? It's not based on emotion. It's not based on, oh, I'm going to miss out. It's, is this a divine yes? Is this a yes that I am receiving through the guidance of source intelligence within me? When you learn to attune your consciousness to the guidance that is activating on a DNA level, you become unstoppable. And you will begin to trust that over anything else. I can remember the day that I realized that it was more scary to say no to the guidance than it was to do what the guidance was telling me. That is a pivotal moment, and that's what I want to invite all of you into. Okay, let's keep going. So now you're in this co-creation space. This is the creative space that now you're aware of this, and we're going to start to create a new frequency pattern. So you're getting the mastery level of the 8. So in this place, it was very heady. You're still in your thoughts. You're still all the little programming. And this is, I'm in flow. I've embodied it. So this is what's being asked of you. This is where you are headed when you trust and surrender to the intelligence, when you trust and surrender to that frequency of 963, when you put your consciousness over in this other 90% of your potential and not in the programmed body, mind, reality. All of this is trying to open up for you so that you can see what life is like in abundance, synchronicities, flow, magic. This is the miracle pattern. And you have 2 8s in an 8-year. It is time to master wealth consciousness. Just gonna, okay, so you're 22. So another MasterCard here. So what this is saying is that whatever you're in creation of, and if something is kind of coming to you of, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. First of all, I want to know about it. So put it in the comments. And what this is saying is that as long as you stay open to hearing the guidance outside of your programming, holding consciousness outside of your programming, listening and doing opens up, and you start to create something of mastery. What is the co-creation? Listen and do. Listen and do. Stay still and listen beyond your programming, and then do what is asked. Are you willing to go all in? And then we'll move into particles of possibility, which is the embodiment level of the 4. So this is no longer something that you're thinking might happen, right? This is, you're holding a very strong frequency in your body, in your DNA, that is creating something new. I actually really love the 4 here, because what I'm sensing is that this is stability in something that isn't stable. So what better place to feel like you are in your strongest foundation than in an abstract frequency? When you can master feeling strong, confident, protected, safe, all of those things that the ego wants to experience, when you can bring all of that into an abstract frequency where there is no identity, you have mastered holding consciousness in the 963. That's what this card is inviting, is the ability to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, so that you can begin to create, really begin to map out that blueprint in 963. So what does that mean? And I'm just kind of looking at the next card, and really what I see in this reading is you truly are upgrading on a physical level, which is also upgrading on conscious level. It is ascending, if you want to say the bloodline, it's ascending your experience of what it is to be human. And what this is asking is that you unravel all of the distortions and the limitations that you're placing on yourself so that you can step into the next phase of whatever it is that you're in creation of. And all of this is happening on both a conscious level, but also on a physical level. So, what does that mean? Well, we're going to bypass timelines. We're going to start to master the matrix of time. We're going to master what it is to be and flow in the miracle pattern, no matter what is happening in your life. And you're doing it because you're able to stay in a place of comfort, even in the uncomfortable, in the unknown, so that you can hold yourself in a place that is beyond what you can even understand right now. Really, like, it is such a beautiful place when the frequency of your body raises and you start to awaken that other 90%. That is what this reading is saying. It's happening. Now you need to own it and experience it consciously. Everything you need to know, the guidance that you need to really rest in the uncomfortable, because this is the thing. I think this is the biggest message I'm getting in this reading. When you're willing to let go of creating belief systems around your wounds, around your programming, something magical happens. When you're willing to hold your consciousness in a space that you don't know who you are, you activate the other 90% of your potential. And in that moment, you are guided. You are guided by the intelligence that is ready to ascend your human experience, to ascend whatever experience that you're in. And you can ask yourself, is that what I want? Do I want to take the experience of what I have identified as being human? Am I willing to find out what that really is? Am I willing to go all in? And then take whatever your intention is and plug it in there, because that's the focus that you will use to see just how far you can go when you let go of the limitations that we have put on ourselves by identifying as human in a 10% of what we really are. Okay, I'll let you play in that. Let's code you. Okay, so just looking at the cards, breathing in that white blue light, allowing it to trace along the brain, moving down through the spine and out through the mouth. Attuning your spinal fluid to hold that frequency of 963 as it activates the mind, the heart, and every cell of your body. Turning on, turning up, and amplifying, bringing every cell of your body into a higher spin state so that you can activate the DMT codes of 5, 9, 11, 22, 3, 7. Feeling as these codes work together, upgrading your software system, upgrading the frequency of your body to support you and being in a place of empowerment, mastering the matrix of time through focus on clear communication through the intelligence of your body to upgrade your human experience. Love you guys.